Our team coverage continues now as NBC5 investigates a 2-month Chicago surge in shootings and homicides and added concerns for what will happen this summer. Our investigative reporter Chuck Goudie in studio with late details for us. Chuck.
Allison, this past week alone, shootings in Chicago have increased 78%, according to fresh data from CPD. That contributes to a troubling Chicago crime spike in all of February and March. Back-to-back months with shootings up significantly from 1 year ago, along with homicides up during February and March. 2 months don't necessarily make a trend straight into summer, but the climbing numbers are raising concerns. This shooting on the Gold Coast is one of the latest. A 25-year-old woman walking near Rush Street at Chicago Avenue, wounded in her thigh last night by a stray 9mm bullet, among 9 shots fired from a passing car, targeting this red vehicle that then crashed. According to these late March CPD crime stats reviewed by the NBC Chicago investigative team, shootings during the final full week of March spiking 78%, and for the entire month of March, shootings up 15% from a year ago. A similar increase during February, with shootings then rising 13%.
Anytime you see a significant increase in crime like that, you have to be concerned. But at the same time, this is like being a championship sports team. You end up playing against yourself. You're trying to better your own record.
Retired Chicago Police Chief of Detectives Eugene Roy says that with uniformed police staffing down and continuing a years-long decline, today's swearing in of nearly 250 new officers is a positive sign, but hardly enough to ward off increased street shootings and homicides heading into this summer.
You have to be more judicious about where and when you deploy your officers and what sort of missions you give them, what sort of assignments you give them. This reminds me of when I was growing up in the 60s and the 70s. Government is under attack. Our institutions are under attack. There's a change in the way people respect other people, and not for the better.
With the jump in shootings, murders citywide are also surging the past 2 months, increasing 16% in March and 18% in February compared to a year ago. Mayor Johnson asked today by NBC5's Marianne Ahern about the mounting murders and shootings.
The safest cities in America have one thing in common, and that is that they invest in people. I believe that as long as we're taking a concerted effort to invest in education, transportation, healthcare, good paying jobs and housing, I believe that we can build the type of city that we all can be proud of.
The mayor pointing to all crime in the city being down this year, albeit slightly 3%. A statement from Chicago police about our reporting, citing CPD adjusting patrol resources as needed to combat crime patterns and trends as they occur. CPD officials say detectives remain committed to identifying and arresting violent offenders to remove them from the streets, they say, so they can't cause any more harm and trauma in the city. There's a lot of concern here.
Yes, those statistics are concerning. Thank you so much, Chuck.